Hey guys, today I want to show you 3 cool commands you can do with command blocks. I'm recording this on 1.9.4, but it can be used on 1.10 as well. Before we go into the commands, there are a few things we need to get started. To get a command block, you need to type in the following command: give @p or your Minecraft username command underscore block, and then just click enter. Give your Minecraft name command block, and it should give you one of these. Before you use this though, you do want to type in a certain command. It's /GameRule space command, and then you want to click tab on your keyboard and it should automatically fill in the rest for you. Type in false after that, or else your chat will be spammed with the commands that your command blocks are executing. If I don't do that, TP Pixelated Phantom, which is my Minecraft username, up a few blocks, and then activate it, you will see it says it in the chat. We don't want that, so we type in /GameRule command block output false, and now it won't say anything in the chat. Woohoo! The first command we'll be looking at is the execute command. This command can be used in many different ways. To type the execute command layout is execute, selector, and then the coordinates of where you want it to be. And you see that won't do anything, and it tells you how to do the rest of the command. So if we type in here execute, and then the selector, which we can do many different things. We can say @A, which will be all players, as it says right here, @E, which is all entities, which means you can target a creeper, you can target an item on the ground, even a boat. @P, which is the nearest player to the command block. So if I was right here and there was somebody over there, it would go to me and not them. Or @R, which targets a random player. So if there are 5 players, it would target a random one to do the command. We're just going to do @P, or @A, because we're the only person on here. After that, you can put in these 2 closed brackets and put in anything you like in there. For example, you can put @A and then R equals 3. That means range equals 3, and it will only do the command to players within 3 blocks of the command block. So if I was right here, it wouldn't do it, but if I was right here, it would. There are other things like C equals 1, and that would make it so the first player it finds. But instead of that, you can also just use @P, which is basically also the first player it finds. And then @E can do many things. You can type in type equals, and then the mod that you would like if you want that. Creeper, item, minecart, rideable, which is a minecart, and all those type of things. But for right now, we're just going to use @A. And then after that, you want to put the coordinates of what you want. So the coordinates are right here. You see them in F3. You can press right here, here, and here. This is the X, Y, and Z. You can either put those there, or put these 3 things right here. These are called tildes. They're right under the escape key on your keyboard, at least they should be. And then so you have that. And so here we go. Whatever command we put after this, it will do something. So for example, we can say execute @A, say hi. And so now, when we activate this, it will say hi to all the players. Or we can execute @E, say hi. And now we can summon a creeper. And now it will say all entities. Pixelated Phantom said hi, and Creeper said hi. There's also, you can do something called detect. After you put this, you can put detect, and then the coordinates. So we just use those tildes, so it's going to execute all entities, detect where they are, and then we can say glass 0. 0 is the data value. For example, a piston that is facing down will look like this, and it has a data value of 0. Well, there's 1, and that will make it face up. Different blocks can have different data values, or they might not. Glass doesn't have any different data values. It's just glass. There can't be a different data value for glass. And so what we're going to do is right here, this is X, Y, Z. So right here we're going to do -1. So now what this is doing is it's executing at all players and entities, including that creeper over there, if they detect -1, a glass block. So if I'm standing on a glass block, and then we say what command we want. So we can say glass. I can spell glass. And now, if we step on this glass block, you'll notice that nothing really happens. It doesn't say hi. The creeper isn't going to say hi if he steps on that block. So what we need is we need to change this to repeat. There's 3 things down here. There's impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. Needs redstone means that it will activate on its own. You see it said glass because it stepped over the glass. And it said creeper said glass. But because this is an impulse command block, it will only do that once. So let's change that back to needs redstone. Impulse, you can change to chain and repeat. Chain is what you want to put after impulse or repeat. And repeat is a constant, doing itself constantly. So instead of impulse where you put on needs always active and it does it once, put this on always active, it will do it constantly. So now this is constantly going to be executing the command. You see how that time goes up every single time because it's constantly executing it. So if I stand on glass, it will say glass when I stand on glass. And if I type something in the chat and then put this needs redstone, you see it won't do it anymore. So there we go. With that execute command, you can do some very neat things. For example, the /particle command will put a particle where you put the coordinates. And so we can say /particle flame up 3 blocks with the tildes that we saw last time. And then XD, YD, and ZD are distances. So we can say 0, 0, 0 won't make it a big particle range at all. But if we put 1 and 1 for X and Z, it will make a big flat area of the particle flame. 0 for speed. Speed is how much speed the particle is going to have. For example, if a particle has speed of 1, it will start flying everywhere. It's going to go crazy. So you just want that on 0 so it stays where it is. Count is how many particles there are. So let's just say 10. And then that's all you need to type in. So click enter, and you see there's going to be particles up there. Then we go -3, it will do it 3 blocks down. You see there they are. I had shaders on, so it's messing it up a little bit. But there you are. Put more particles there, so let's say 50. And there we go, there's more, and we can put as many particles there we want. We don't really want to put more than a big amount of number for the counts, because that might lag your Minecraft. But then if we put speed on, where we didn't put speed before, put it to 1, it will fly all over the place, see? So yeah, but what you can do with the execute command is in one of these repeat always active command blocks that's going to constantly be executing, you can put this. You can put execute at A, so at all the players, and then where they are, do a particle, flame, or any other particle that there is. You can tell what type of particle there is by doing /particle tab, and then it will show you all the particles right there. So let's say, so how to do the particle command is particle, the name of the particle, where you are, the distances, speed, and count. So particle flame, where we are, well, -1. It's going to do it 1 block below us. And then we're going to say 0, 0, 0 for distance, so it's just going to do it at 1 area. And then we're going to say 0 for speed, and then 10 for the count. Now, constantly under us, there's going to be a constant particle flame. It's going to be constantly doing 10 flame particles directly under us, which is from the -1. And it's executing it at me. If we didn't have the execute in here, it would be doing it under the command blocks. So put the execute back in there. Oh, P article. Put the execute back in there. It will do it under players. We can even change this to @E and make it all entities, and it will even do this to this command block. It can give some really cool effects. Change this to where it is. Throw a netherrack, and now you just made a flaming ball. Pretty cool, huh? For the final command for today, we are going to do Treecapitator. Now that's what happens when you place down a tree, or it grows naturally, doesn't matter, and then you break it. And then what proceeds to happen is the whole tree falls down. If you saw what happened on the right there, okay, it's not going to grow, but if you saw what happened on the right there, 3 things pop up. That's because we have a scoreboard command. You don't need to type in what I just typed in. So, put yourself back in creative mode if you went back into survival, and you're going to need a command block. Again, of course, 3 commands you can do with command blocks. And then, the first command you're going to need, you don't need to put this in command block, but you can if you want, is scoreboard objectives add log dummy. What this does is it adds a scoreboard objective that is named log, and it's an objective of dummy type. Dummy doesn't matter, it's just what you have to put there or else it won't work. And so once you do that, you are almost ready. All you need next is a repeat command block. So put a command block down, change it repeat, and then always active. And then what you're going to do is scoreboard, players set. This is going to set a player's scoreboard value, and then you're going to say what player you want, which is actually going to be an entity type equals item. So it's going to set the player value of an item of log to 1 if the item, what this is these little curly brackets, you put these after the 1 to tell us what type of item it is or what data value. So you're just going to do item, colon, and then 2 more curly brackets, and then ID, colon, and then 2 quotes, and then just put Minecraft, colon, log. And that's all you need. So scoreboard, players set, at E, type equals item, log 1, if the item is Minecraft log. And then what you're going to need is a chain command block. And what this is going to do is with the execute command that we used last, we're going to put it into this chain command block that's attached to this repeat. Make sure the arrow is going in the same direction, with the repeat going first and the chain going second. Keep this on always active, so it will always work. And then type in execute at E, so entity, with a score of log min equals 1. This will mean it will execute the command at anything with a score of log min equals 1, which will only be Minecraft logs that are on the ground. And then we're going to put the tildes because it doesn't matter where it is. It's just at the entity. Scoreboard, or not scoreboard. Detect, we're going to use the detect command that we used before, and then a block above it. So if this log detects a log, a block above it, and the log has a data value of -1, so it can be any block, it can be any type of log. -1 basically makes it so it could be a log facing up, this way, doesn't matter. All those have different data values, but if you put a -1, it doesn't matter. It will do any single type of log. And then, fill, we're going to use the /fill command. Put 6 tildes. Yeah, 6 of them. And then in the second one, you're going to put 1 block above it, so it will fill 1 block above it, and then put 1 on the second pair. So these are like, there's 3 pairs of tildes here, and then 3 pairs of tildes here. And so on the second one over here, you're going to put 1 again. So fill, so execute at any log, because it has a log score of min equals 1. Detect, if it detects above it a log, no matter what value. Fill the block above it and only the block above it. Air 0 destroy. What destroy means, well, it's going to fill the block above it and only block above it with air if it detects that it's a log above it. So if a log detects a log above it, no matter what way it's facing, it will fill that log and that log only with air, but the destroy tag makes it so it will drop the item. If I filled right here, if I filled this block right here with air, it's just going to delete it. But if I fill it and then put destroy, it will make the block drop normally. So with logs, that's what it's going to do. Pick up these saplings over here. So if we just quickly grow a tree, we can break these ones. So you have these 2 command blocks. You have the objective, you have it scoreboard player set at E, type equals item. So it's going to set any item log 1 if the item is a Minecraft log. And then it's going to execute at anything with a score of log, which has to be a log. It's going to detect if the block above it is a log, facing no matter what direction. And then it's going to fill the block above it, and only the block above it, with air 0 destroy. Place it. Okay, so if we get bone meal and an axe, we will see that once this tree grows, if we break the bottom log, it will break all blocks above it and give us the whole entire tree. And we can do this many different ways. For example, even though we can do this with a tree, we can also do a block above the log. It'll only do the blocks above it because it will only filling the air above it, not below it. And then you can also use this to do several things, like if you have a big pillar of wood and you want to chop it all down, it doesn't need to be a tree. It will do it to any logs. And there you go. It will do it for no matter what height it is. Now the thing with this is that it will only do it to oak logs. If you want it with any other log, you have to make this again. You can control middle click command blocks to get the command inside them as well. So you want to copy this over here, and then you'd want to change the log. So for example, if we go to log, search log, and then right here you see how this says Minecraft log under it, under the building blocks? This says Minecraft log, and then it has a data value of 1 next to the 17 right up. I can't really point to it, but you get what I'm saying. And so what we need to do is right here where it says item ID Minecraft log, we have to do comma damage colon 1b. What this does, I don't know why I need the b, but you do. So damage 1b will basically make it so if it's a log with a damage value of 1, how it says 17/1, this has a 1, this has 2, this has 3, and then these are 2 different types of logs. If you set it to 1, then it will also set it to 1, and then this thing can say log -1, so it doesn't matter what type of log it is. And so you don't even need this. You can just have this command block, set it to 1 with a damage value of 1, with a damage value of 2, and just keep going on and on and on. So now, what should happen is this spruce wood log, if we have a pillar of it, or if it's a tree, doesn't matter, and then you break it, you see it still works, just because we did that. And there you go. You just learned how to make any tree knock down with 1 strike of a log, of an axe, sorry, hitting trees with logs. You know how to give yourself a command block. You know how to make it so a command block doesn't do things in chat. That command, game rule command block output, if we put it back to true, this would be happening, or yeah, this would be happening if we chop down the tree. That would all be in chat, and you don't want that, do you? So you have to set that to false, and now it won't do that. So you know how to Treecapitate, you know how to give yourself a command block, you know how to prevent that, you know what the execute command does, and you know how to use it, you know how to make a particle trail, and that's it. You know all those 3 cool commands. There you go. I hope this helped you. I hope you can make cool things knowing with these 3 few commands what you can do. Bye!